Hi everyone. November 3rd was a few days ago. Do we know yet who won the presidential election in the United States? The networks have called the race for Joe Biden, but the results are disputed and have not yet been certified. There's going to be a recount in Georgia. There are many allegations regarding how the electoral process was handled in states like Pennsylvania. Lots of questions at this time. But there's one thing that we know for sure, and that is that this is a very stressful time for a lot of people. When you go on social media, if you have many friends or followers on Facebook or Twitter, or if you follow a lot of people with diverse views, then you are probably seeing a lot of reactions and comments from both supporters of Joe Biden and supporters of President Donald Trump. In general, social media is very heated right now, with people arguing, countering each other's views and comments, posting memes, and so much more. But people are also deleting and blocking their contacts over political disagreements. People unfriending others due to rude comments and much more. We live in a divided country, and that's pretty obvious. I voted for Donald Trump in 2016 and 2020. I celebrated when he won in 2016. I was proud to vote for him in 2016 and proudly voted again for Donald Trump in 2020. He's a great leader, and I'm not the only one who says that. There are approximately 71 million people who voted for President Trump in 2020. As I record this podcast episode, all those people are looking for answers regarding the various allegations of voter fraud, as well as other irregularities. Mentally processing an election like fall 2020 elections is extremely difficult. It is hard to comment on many of the issues being discussed, largely because there are lawsuits being filed with regard to alleged irregularities in the election process. We cannot predict the outcome of any judicial process, so I will not comment on it. I will wait to see the final outcome. But I'll say this. In my home state of Wisconsin, for those who do not know, 2016 was the first time in over 3 decades that a GOP presidential candidate won the state. That was Donald Trump. And over the last few years, the rallies that President Trump held in Wisconsin brought together thousands and thousands of people. And the energy was tremendous. He earned, in 2020, 200,000 more votes in my home state of Wisconsin compared to what he received in 2016 here. Some people are claiming a blue wave in Wisconsin. A blue wave would refer to widespread Democrat victories. But that is not what happened in Wisconsin, not even close. In the state of Wisconsin, out of 99 assembly seats up for re-election, Republicans have won, based on the unofficial results that we know as of now, 61 seats. 61 out of 99 seats in the state assembly, the Republicans have won. In the state Senate, there are 33 seats, and not all are up for re-election at the same time. For the ones that were up for re-election this year, the Republicans, according to latest reports, have gained 2 seats for a total of 21 out of 33 seats, with the Democrats having only 12. These are major victories in my home state. the results show that in each chamber of the state legislature, Republicans have more than a 60% majority. But it doesn't end there. All 8 of the congressional seats were up for re-election, as they are every 2 years in Wisconsin. Republicans here control 5 of those 8 seats. In this election, they did not lose any of those 5 seats. So it is pretty obvious that there was no blue wave in Wisconsin. Donald Trump has been in Wisconsin many times over the years and also made several visits in the weeks leading up to the 2020 election. He energized large gatherings of people. The energy did translate nationwide into massive number of votes. As of now, Donald Trump has received roughly 71 million votes, the highest number of votes that a sitting president has received. And there are votes that are still being counted. Fair elections are the core of a free society. We elect our representatives when we go to the ballot box and cast our vote. Whether you're talking about school boards or city council, county board, state legislature, governor, senator, or the president, we must have a voice, and there must be a system to ensure that our legal votes are counted properly. Therefore, we must have a system that would protect against voter fraud. In this election, there are some serious allegations of fraud and other irregularities that could make people lose their confidence in the election process. There are roughly 71 million people in America right now looking for answers. I also want to talk about something else that's very important as well. We just celebrated 100 years of women's suffrage. Remarkably, this year, a record number of Republican women ran for Congress and at least 10 won seats in the House of Representatives. Final election results are pending, but given what we know now, this is a big victory, particularly as we celebrate 100 years of women's voting rights. The Republican Party continues to become more diverse. According to a New York Post article, Donald Trump won 18% of the vote among African American men. Furthermore, President Trump also saw growing support among Hispanic voters. If you look at what President Trump did since he first got elected, it all makes sense. With Donald Trump in the Oval Office, the United States saw record low unemployment rates for African Americans and Hispanics, as well as Asians. People are responding to Donald Trump's message of liberty and opportunity, a message of smaller government and greater freedom. And when people see that there's a commander-in-chief who is working hard, fighting all odds, overcoming barriers and obstacles to ensure that we have an economy that provides more opportunities for people to succeed and thrive, Americans, regardless of their ethnic identity, respond positively to that. Does not matter what race or religion, we all want a safe and prosperous America. There is growing diversity in the Republican Party. I personally know Hispanics and African Americans who have run for office as Republicans. I myself am an immigrant from Asia, and I am a conservative Republican because I believe in freedom, opportunity, smaller government, and I believe that every unborn child must be protected. I believe in religious freedom, and I believe in the Second Amendment, and I believe in an independent judiciary, and I believe in checks and balances in our government. And I also support our men and women in uniform. I am an American, and I am a conservative Republican. In this election, the Democrats expected to increase the size of their majority in the House of Representatives. But as it appears, Republicans are picking up seats in the House, opposite to what Democrats expected. Furthermore, Republicans have secured other major victories at the state level. The GOP flipped a governor's seat in Montana. The GOP secured majorities in both chambers of the New Hampshire legislature, in addition to New Hampshire's GOP governor winning re-election. It is hard to turn off your TV or to log out from your social media accounts at a time like this, because you want to know what is happening, what updates are coming out, who is saying what the Electoral College total is, what lawsuits are being filed and when, and what Joe Biden and President Trump are saying. It is hard to disconnect oneself from the flow of information. Over the next days and weeks, we will get a lot more information, I hope. 71 million Americans, approximately, are looking for answers to many questions that have been raised regarding the integrity of the electoral process. Votes are still being counted in states like Arizona, and there's a recount coming up in Georgia, likely, and one would likely be requested in Wisconsin. Legal challenges are pending in other states. What's coming next, I do not know. If I want to share my reactions, it is hard to do so at any given point in time because of the constant flow of new information. One thing is for sure, that Donald Trump is a true patriot. He's a true American, and he has worked very hard to keep the promises he made to the American people when he first ran for office. I will be back again to express more thoughts, but I want to hear from you as well. So send me a message, leave a comment, and thank you for listening.